Yeah, but I will stand right here. Only do the particular. Rajesh, you stay close by, eh?
Yeah.
Pandit.
Where's all this? Right.
All the fellows are taking part of them, come now. That sounds. That sounds. Huh? Yeah, I'll see that one. That's one. 25 of the fellas are taking part. Let them come now. Yeah, no problem. Use this one. And Paul will push your son. Very good. 5 are there. 5 are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Paul, yeah? Well, line up. Now line up, Bruce. Boys, let come. You think about funerals, you always have a little trust man. But you can't, you see, you have to follow what you know, you have to go through the right characteristics. You can't do anything. Come on, let come line up here. No, that's the who again? Oh, that's the brick shot room. Separate? No, sorry, let's wash hands with. That's the brick shot room. That's the brick shot room. Alright, I'll go separate. Take a look. Say again. Again. Wash back. Sip 3 times. No. Wash back. Sip. So you wash already?
Yeah.
Sip. Kish. One more time. Wash back. Separate shot. Kish. No. Wash on. Separate shot. Sip. Wash on. Separate shot. The main fella. See your right hand. Upansu. See this one? The index fingers are Kusti Kurasti Kushti Parity Yastam Sharam Samarpayami. Let's stick up, sorry. Son as well or grandson?
No, grandson. That is son. Next one.
Son? Son here? Index finger. All his grandson? To all his grandson?
Yeah, he's grandson.
Right. And brother.
Grandson.
Come. See this finger. That what will be this finger? Right hand. The now gone or? The now gone?
That one, yeah.
No, the now. We now the.
I don't know.
Let me see. Up 1, 2 for you as a small brother, right? Right. Let me see this one. Right, good. Right, all your arm. Face of salt. Go line up. That will be good, right? You come by the head and I'll come in that line, alright? Everybody take a little bit and pass it on for everybody a little bit, right? That's the plan we do quite up here, right? What? That bring our mic different, right? That reach here? The mic go reach here? The mic now, if it will reach here. Okay, well. Jai Sitaram, everyone. Let's kindly stand, please, for a few moments. Principal Sri Vrindavan, Bihalila Laki, Jai, as we join together in performing the Antyeshti Sanskar. Antyeshti, of course, means the last rite, or what is called a death rite, of which all of us will have to go through at some point in time in this mundane life that we have. So as we put our hands together, we close our eyes, we bow our heads in prayer, and for the gentlemen who are standing on my left, we put our hands, we take the name of the deceased in your mind, and most importantly, we take the name of Bhagavan Sri Krishna, as we of course commence this Antyeshti Sanskar. Hari Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namo Namaha. Om Apavitra Pavitro Va Sarvavastanga Pivaha Yahasmade Pundari Kaksha Savahya Taraha Suche. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namo Namaha. Om Kasturi Tilakam Lalata Patale Vakshastale Kaustubam Nasagre Varamautikam Gadatale Venurikarikankanam Saravangi Harichandanam Sulalam Gante Cha Muktabali Gopasri Padeveshtito Vajayate Gopal Chudamanam Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marata Shtunavanta Dibya Stave Veda Sanka Parakramo Padashita Gayanti Yam Samaga Dhyana Vashtitat Katena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantam Naha Vinu Sura Suragana Devaya Tasmaya Namo Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bolo Sri Krishna Chandra Bhagwan ki Jai. Everybody kindly take your seats, fellas. Offer your flowers anyway in the box. And let me see. Let's put our flowers on top later. Yeah, nice it. Just to make a sun cup. Yeah, nice it. No, right. Right. Hold this in your hand. Well, everybody touch hands together, right? As you perform the Sankalp. Sankalp is what is called resolution. Or we are going to tell Bhagavan at this point in time that this person has died and is about to leave this material world before we of course perform the rites. Om Vishnu 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 Sri Purana Purushottamasya Dhyavara Shvetvarkalpe Ashtavinchitame Kaliyuge Kalpatam Charan Buloke Jambu Dviti Kshanadadishasya. Take the address over here, bhai. You take the address. Santa Augustine Grame Trayodashitati Krishna Pakshe Poksha Nakshatra Parigan Yoga Shanivar Bhadra Paramasi Chandrama Bhagavan Asit Krakrashi Trumrasi Singrashi Varsh Dakshina Anand Vikram Sambatsare Jajman ka take a name. Take a name. Kashyap Gotasya Sri, take the name of his deceased, say his name. Amoka Pretasya, what is his name? Say his full name. Pretasya Amok Namaha Amok Pretasya Anteshti Sanskaraham Karishan. All of you here say Om Shri Krishna Arpanam. Rest it in the books. Right. Om Amo Gotasya Amo Pritasya Pritatva Nivaranam Padyupadyam. Alright, so you see how I sprinkle the water here? 3 times. You'll do it 3 times as well, and then you will exchange 3 times. So 3, 3, 3, 3, right? Understand? That's going now. Face in that direction. So you can just do it like this. Right? Stay right here. Om Amo Gotasya Amo Pritasya Pritatva Pritavate Shive Nimitam Stanam Maya Dhyate To Parishtam Stanam Maya Dhyate To Patishtatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Adamo Gotasya Amoka Pretasya Mritstane Shiva Nimittam Stanam Maya Dhyate To Patishtatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namo Namah. Dry, yeah? Okay, good. Let me see. I'm going to put your hand for them. Om Sri Mritstani Nimitam Maya Dhyate To Patishtatam. Let me see your forehead. Let me see your forehead. Come across this side. I'm going to use this finger, right? And I'm going to pull the chandan down because he died. Usually when we put chandan for people alive, we go up, right? But he has died. So we put this finger down. This is for Pitris. This is for Devatas. This is why we wouldn't use this finger. God worship now. It's 2 different, right? So you're going to take, everybody will take this finger. You'll put that chandan here. In the middle of the forehead. Make it neater. Don't make the mala ugly. Right? Put it by the forehead. The 2 ears. And on by the neck there, right? And then we will exchange it, alright? All understand? Hari Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Amo Gotasya Amok Pretasya Mritstane Shiv Nimitam Gandam Maya Dhyate To Patishtatam. Right, nicely. Next person. Om Sri Amo Gotasya Amok Pretasya Mritstane Shiv Nimitam Gandam Maya Dhyate To Patishtatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namo Namah. Om Amo Gotasya Amok Pretasya Mritstane Shiv Nimitam Gandam Maya Dhyate To Patishtatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namo Namah. Mafivana. Round between the push and pull. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namo Namah. Narayanaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namah. Om Amo Gotasya Amoka Pretasya Mritstane Shiv Nimitam Gandam Maya Dhyate To Patishtatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namo Namah. Narayanaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namah. Bolo Sri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan Ki Jai. Sharanam Namo Namah. So you see how I do in here? Right, wrong? Do it 3 times. Right, wrong, full circle. Oh, you have a perfume here. Which one I want to use? Anyone or?
Yeah.
Or which one of the perfume I want to use? It don't matter to anyone.
Don't matter.
We get the same people after, right? Go down.
Yeah.
Do it and then next chain, right? Yeah. Next one. Om Amoka Gotasya Amok Pretasya Mritstane Shiv Nimitam Dupam Maya Dhyate To Patishtatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namo Namah. Om Amo Gotasya Amok Pretasya Mritstane Shiv Nimitam Dupam Maya Dhyate To Patishtatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namo Namah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Amo Gotasya Amok Pretasya मृत्स्थाने शिवनिमित्तं निमित्तं गंडम धूपम मया दीयते तोपतिष्ठताम्. Any mala? I guess any mala is any mala, right? This one?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it have plenty. Okay, good. Let's get that one. Bust it and get them right now. Om Dhupam Maya Dhyate To Patishtatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namo Namaha. Om Amo Gotasya Mok Pretasya Mritstane Nimitam Pushpamala Maya Dhyate To Patishtatam. Fix it neatly, right? Go ahead. Clear it up now. So we can be and then fellas put it go come nicely now, you understand? Right, uncle, you come in. You understand, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Very good. Om Pushpamala Maya Dhyate To Patishtatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namo Namaha. Om Amo Gotasya Amoka Pretasya Mritstane Shiv Nimittam Pushpamala Maya Dhyate To Patishtatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namo Namaha. Let's see. Everybody take a little bit. That's alright if it falls. And just press it on the box and come back, right? Om Amo Gotasya Mok Pretasya Mritstane Shiv Nimittam Pushpam Maya Dhyate To Patishtatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namo Namaha. Narayanaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Partaya Pratibodhatam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Bhyasena Gratita Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Arvaitamardrinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayanim Ambatvamunusaddadhami Bhagavat Gite Bhavadveshinim Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansucharunam Ardunam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Kurum. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namo Namaha. Right, so let's come to and touch hands together, right? You're going to do the arti like this. You're walking around the box 5 times while you're doing it, right? But touch hands now, touch your hand. Everybody touch hands together. You understand what you're doing, right? But be careful you don't anything, right? Good. You gotta walk around 5 times, right? But do the arti while you're walking. Don't make the flame too big. Om Amo Gotasya Mok Pretasya Mritstane Shiv Nimittam Deepam Maya Dhyate To Patishtatam. Chandrama Manaso Jat Chakshur Sujo Jat Sutrava Nasa Pranasa Mukat Agnira Jayataha. Om Amo Gotasya Amok Pretasya Mritstane Shiv Nimittam Deepam Maya Dhyate To Patishtatam. Legal 105, right? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namo Namaha. Om Amo Gotasya Amoka Pretasya Pretatva Nivaranam Asyakate Vinashaya Sadikati Prapti Kamaha Sri Deepam Maya Dhyate To Patishtatam. Om Amo Gotasya Amok Pretasya Mritstane Shiv Nimittam Deepam Maya Dhyate To Patishtatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namo Namaha. Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath. How much can I make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He makes 6. So they make 5. Alright, I will use one with each guitar. How much?
That was the 7
One.
306 and 170.
We can merge two together now. Put two together. Where is it? Make 6. I'll use one by the chitta, that is all. Let's put two together and make one big one here. Because it's not 7. Here I. Let's make 2. Let's put 2 in 1.
I'm going to make another bigger one.
Yeah, that is all. We can use that by the chitta now. Alright, take this. You watch how my hand holding it, right? You're going to stoop down by the ground and put your hands on the ground like this until I finish say the mantra, right? Everybody got to touch hand, right? Yeah, no, like how I do it, put your hand like that on the ground with it. Yeah, no, good. Stoop down, right? Press it down. Right, good. Hold it right, right? Om Amo Gotasya, take your father name. Amok, see the full name, right? Amok Pretasya, Pret Mrit Stane Shiv Nimitam Eshti Pindu Mayadiyate To Patishtatam. Everybody here say Om Shri Krishna Arpanam. Om Shri Krishna Arpanam. Right, come. You see where the right hand is? Your right hand. His right, lie left, this is right. You put the pin inside in the hand, in the palm of my hand. Right, so go and put it. And then you cover the cloth now. Put it in your right hand. See if you get your right hand.
Yeah.
You seen it? Put inside the hand. Yeah. There, put inside the hand. After we got to change it again. Right, bend your hand now and offer some water on top of the pin there. Offer, go ahead. Right, good. Cover it down now. You get them out. Right. Right, all are going good so far. Don't worry. Give them a little bit. Prem Sabalo Sri Vrindavan Bihalilal Ki. Enjoy. My dear friends, we have performed the introductory rites of what is called the Anteshti Sanskar. In the scriptures, Bhagavan Krishna speaks to Arjun and he says in one beautiful verse, Dharam Chetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yutsavaha Mamakaha Pandavaschaiva Kim Akuravat Sanjaya. I'm sure most of you does not know what it means, but it is Sanskrit. Dharam Chetre means a war of righteousness. This world is like a battle. And what we are fighting against, what the father of this home would have went through. So Bhagavan says in chapter 2 really of Bhagavad Gita, Na jayate mrityate va kadachin. Mrityate means death and kadachin means birth. So you all think this, what we are seeing in front here it is just a shell, correct? Anybody sees differently? Huh? What Bhagavan says is that the physical body will of course have to leave this world. But the Atma or the soul that is found within each and every one of us, that is transmigrated to become one with Paramatma. So in all, the inner body within this shell here never dies. That is called the Atma. That is called the soul. The soul, devotees, is always trying to go back to its maker, which is God. And the human body, out of the 8.4 million species of creation of God, the human body is number 1. Therefore, in this body, we can achieve or experience God very easily. Any other creations of Bhagwan, we cannot experience that. For the only way we can reach God is by acquiring this human birth. And yet still when we acquire this human birth, devotees, we waste the birth. We waste the birth. But Bhagwan says that life, or we move from body into body based on our, something starting with K, something based on our karma. You may perform good actions, you may perform bad actions, knowingly, unknowingly, and that contributes, of course, to your progress when you leave this material world. And all of us devotees will have to go through that. All of us will have to go through that at some point in time in our life in this world. But how, now I ask the question, how are we going to prepare ourselves for that? How are we going to prepare for this self? I've been practicing Panditai for 20 years. And funerals are some of the things that we always have a lot of quarrels when we go. And I realized that this morning, and I talked to the son of this home about it. When you have such situation like this in your homes, devotees, you see what would have happened, and not just in this family, and I'm a Pandit and I'm allowed to say it. When arguments break out, that does not help the soul. That causes difficulty upon the soul. What you should do as a family, and my mother died 1 year now, so I'm telling you all from experience as well. Now when I came into the home this morning, it was very heavy. This should not be. I'm not arguing with nobody. But when times like these hit our home, we must gel together. Even in the home of Bhagwan Sri Ram, when Raja Dashrath died, devotees, there was a lot of quarrel and argument, and he's God. But that is not material. The Lord acted that Leela. The Lord acted that role to show us how we must not be. When people die within our homes and our families members go devotees, we must always try to do what is right, not for yourself, you know. What is right for the soul. People fail to understand this. We must always try to do what is right for the soul. Why? When we take birth in this material world, and you know, when we are being formed into the womb of the mother, it is a ball of cells. And from a ball of cells, it goes to something called an embryo. And from an embryo, through further developments, it will turn into something called a fetus. And from a fetus, it will turn into a baby. And after 9 months, all of us have come in this world like that. After 9 months, we come into this world. But from that baby age to being a young baby, to a toddler, to a child, to a teenager, to an adult, what happens to this body after a time? You realize you're getting old. Correct? You're getting old. And before you know it, you're collecting pension. And before you know it, we're all going to come in the same position. And before you know it, we are going to go or enter into something that is called the Agraman Chakra, which is the spinning cycle of birth and death. So why are we arguing and quarreling for now? Because all are we going to end up by Mosquito Creek or Carney or Waterloo or Mafikin. And did we achieve anything by digging out each other's eyes? Huh? Did we do that? Did we accomplish anything there? We did not. Because when we leave this world, devotees, it's you and me alone have to go face the battles after life. This camera guy have to face his own battles after life. But yet still in this material world, we feel that all these material things makes us somebody. You think Mama going to carry all these things he built here? Two of them work hard to mine all the children, and you think all that going to have any significance when they lie in this place? No. But what Bhagavan says, of course, that every day in your life, try to remember him. If you are a good Christian, go to the church. It's 25% now. Or, you know, everybody goes here, there, and everywhere to try and find God, Rajesh. You know which part God there? Right there. This is why we should try to change our life. And time again, I've done thousands of funerals already. I've done about 10 COVID funerals already. So, the same thing we tell people over and over and over and over again. but there's only so much we can do. I'm a human as well. I am prone to mistakes as well. I'm not saying no. But that is why God has a word that is called discrimination. What is right from wrong? What is right from wrong? So Bhagavan Krishna says, this uncle that is lying here would have been a baby once. Then he get young. He would have seen the mother of this woman marry, and then they get old together. And then because of karma, this is the position now. And all of us has to go through that. Bhagavan says in the Bhagavad Gita that based on your karma, you acquire that particular body. And when your karmas are exhausted, the Atma that is found within all of us will leave this body and go into another body. The idea is that the soul wants to go back to God. And it can only go back to God by incorporating devotion. And devotion is a broad term that speaks to all religions, because everybody pray. The more you pray, the easier it is when we have to face this road. So this old body is like a torn out piece of clothing. When you buy new clothes in the shop, you want to put on that clothes every day. But when you wash it and put it on, and get a little hole, what does happen after a while? You want to put it on again. You have to discard that clothes and buy new clothes. The same concept is with this body. When the body gets old and can't sustain the life anymore, it will of course leave. And based on its own actions, devotees, they will acquire a new body. And if that soul has done enough good karma to experience God, then it wouldn't have to come back in this world. For it will merge into oneness with God. And that is what is called mukti or moksha. This is the significance of life. All of us devotees has to go through this at some point in our life. Do not waste your time. Yes, I am not saying Bhagavan Krishna would have said in Bhagavad Gita in chapter 11, I think, that Arjun, I have created this whole universe for my children, meaning us, to enjoy and live. But I did not create this entire creation for them to abuse it. And what we just do? The first one or the second one? The second one. We just abuse it. Bhagavan Krishna also goes on to tell Arjun, however my devotees should choose to worship me, I would return the same amount of blessing. You think uncle could open his mouth here and say a mantra now? Anybody? I don't think you could open your mouth and say any mantra now? Could say any word of prayer? But when the Pandit comes into homes and funerals, you hear wonderful chants. Itna to karna swami jab pran kan se nikle Govind naam lekar tab pran kan se nikle Govind jai jai Gopal jai jai Govind jai jai Gopal jai jai Radha Daman Hari Govind jai jai. Anybody know what that means? It means, Lord, Kans means throat. That when the life is trickling in the throat to come out of this body, Lord, please bring relief to me. Do you all think we can do that when we are lying here? We can't call God's name here. We are dependent on other people to call God's name for we. This is why when we live in, we should try to incorporate God in our life as much as we could. I'm not saying every day, no. But how hard it is, devotees, it is to offer a lotadar in the morning. Does that take an hour? Does it even take 5 minutes? How hard it is to fast 1 day for the week. 1 day for the week to fast. How hard? That is not hard. How hard it is to light a diya in the evening and show your child how to light a diya. How hard? These are just some of the simple things in Sanatana Dharma that we must understand. And when I came into this home this morning, as mentioned, I was talking to the son that you all don't need to be like this. I'm not arguing, I'm just speaking because we are all adults here. When we are in troubles and difficulties, we have to bond together as a people. Don't, because at the end of the day, I am going to go right there. He is going to go right there. He is going to go right there. This guy is going to go right there. We don't know if somebody could do a funeral for me. I don't know if somebody could do my rites for me. I don't know. I would have worked my whole life and build house and have cars and all these things. But do you think when I dead, I know who's going to get it? Huh? We don't know. I'm not saying don't enjoy the creation of God, but also learn to what is called adapting with your dharma, your faith. Because devotees, you all know the Katha in Ramayana, Bali and Sugriv, the two monkeys. There was two brothers. And one brother was friends with Bhagavan Sri Ram, God of the entire universe. And the next brother was the enemy of Bhagavan. And both brothers ended up fighting together for what? When most people just fight for when somebody died. We are Trinities, we're supposed to know what people just fight for when people dead. In the Ramayana have that, you know. Let's imagine the Ramayana have that, and that happened thousands of years ago, and we're still doing it now. So human being evolved. Two brothers fighting together for material things. The Lord shot one in his chest and pitched him to the ground. And when the Lord shot Bali and pitched him to the ground, then he remembered that all the mistakes I make. That Lord, in my time of death, please forgive me for everything that I have done. But it was too late, devotees. And when the Lord saw Bali asking for forgiveness, you know what Lord Ram told him? That Bali, I'm going to make him immortal. I'm going to make him immortal. You know what Bali said? Lord, I don't want to be immortal. I have gotten the opportunity to see you in front of me. I would not get that opportunity again to have darshan or to see God in front of me. For I do not want to be immortal. I have achieved my goal. And this should be our goal, devotees. Yes, we have our jobs, we have our lives, our families. But in those three characteristics, also add to that God. Add to that God. And you'll see a mentality will change. You understand? But because, I'm still young, I'm not that old. But before I now started to practice Panditai, and I was very impatient. Anybody come to me, again vexed, why they taking so long? But now as time goes by and you build your spiritual consciousness, you learn to have patience. You learn to let things slide. And that is falling into the pathway of God. The aim and objective is not just to enjoy this world in devotees, but to pave a smooth road when we all are ready to come here. In the Manusmriti, before we move on, there's a devotee of God by the name of Manu and Satrupa. Manu and Satrupa are the two first human beings on this creation. And she'd ask him a question that, Lord, every time somebody dead, people are crying, they're mourning, they're grieving, they're quarreling, they're fighting. Why do these things happen? So he did not answer the question, but he gave her a kisa. Kisa in Hindi means a story. He said there was a great king, devotees, and this king had everything. He's royalty. He has riches, he has elephants, he has the kingdom, he has everything. But all those things could not save him when he got a disease and dead. It couldn't save him. So the king developed a disease and he passed away. The family, however, was so attached to this king, so attached to this father, that he went to the pundit to ask the pundit where he could born in the next birth, what life he going to get in the next birth, because they want to get him. So when the pundit did the astrological cycle, and they say, well, in the next life the king going to come back as an insect, right in the forest next to the kingdom. So you know what the family do? They send the whole army to find this insect. They take the insect and they bring it back to the kingdom and point up the king in the throne. You think the king in this animal form know the significance of sitting on a throne? All you really think that? You think he understands the significance of that now? No. But they saw the insect crying. And they asked the insect, what are you crying for? We are your children. We giving you everything. You use the father. You use the king. And you know what this animal would have told them now in this life? I don't know none of you. For you see in that forest there, I have other family members. You know who's the other family members? Other insects. Other animals. Because to take up birth, we must have mother and father. But in all the births that we may take, we must have a mother and father. In this life, I will know uncle. Me and uncle very close. But in my next life, I wouldn't know him. That is karma. So now I ask all of you the question. Out of the millions of births we take, who's the correct mother and father? Out of the millions of births we have taken in this world already, devotees, who's our correct mother and father? Who's our correct brother? Who's our correct sister? Who's our correct friends? Who's our correct family? I don't know the answer. Anybody could give me the answer, I would be waiting for it. Who's the correct one? Because this king in our next life now doesn't know his previous family members. And all of us has to go through the same thing. So wake up, devotees, and understand that life is just about trying to pave your way back to your maker. This world in Hinduism is called Maya. Maya. Maya, Lok. Lok means world. And you know what Maya means? It is elusive. It is full of illusions. But what helps us is our prayer to Bhagwan going back. Uncle would have lived his entire life. He gave me a brief history of the family of how much difficulties they had in their younger days. They still live right by me in Alto Trace. How much struggles they see to work and build. Living here, living there, living everywhere. Am I correct? Before and in the old age, and that's imagine that in the old age, they get comfortable and they still can't enjoy it. And they work hard for who? Not for them, because they were here, there, and everybody working hard, trying to make ends meet. They work hard for them fellas here. But sometimes we do not understand the significance of that. I grew up in a poor home and family. My mother and father worked very hard to build what we have. You know that.
Yeah.
When my mother, in her old age, now to enjoy that, Ram Nam Satya Hai. Yet still we want to quarrel and fight. Yet still we want to do that. No, devotees. Try to live together. Try to live as one. So uncle would have paved his whole life working with this young lady here. Whole life they suffered and enjoyed nothing. And in the old age now, when they have worked very hard, Bhagwan has said, come home. This is just how life is. Vrindavan, Bihalila Ki. We join together in a wonderful chant as we ask Bhagwan Shri Krishna to help up that Atma to transmigrate that soul into oneness before we move on into the ceremony. Hari Om, Jai Krishna Hare, Sri Krishna Hare, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे, जय जय जय, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों को दूर करे, जय जय जय, तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, वृष को वे अमृत कर दे, पूर्ण कर दे सबकी आशा, पूर्ण कर दे सबकी आशा, जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे, जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे। जय जय जय, एवरीबॉडी, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों को जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय जय जय. You know, I just sang this song before I called for the eulogy. It made me remember one thing about Lord Krishna. You all know with Lord Krishna there is what other word? It starts with R. It starts with R, and that word is called Radha. So whenever we chant Krishna, we also say the name of Radha Rani. But do you all know that Lord Radha never married Bhagavan Krishna? Yeah. And I read doing some studies last week about Bhagavad. And do you know that she lived 125 years without seeing Bhagavan Krishna? And she still loved him. But that is not physical love in the devotees. That is spiritual love. And one day when Bhagavan Krishna was living in Dwarka, he has already married the mother of the universe, Rukmini and Satyabhama and all of them. He has already married. Radha wanted to see him so bad. 125 years. When Lord Krishna left as a little boy to kill Kans, that was the last time she saw him. And after that, 125 years had passed. And when she saw Bhagavan Krishna, she saw him sitting with his wife, and she dare not go close to him. But inside, her heart was melting. But so much so, I mean, Bhagavan works in funny ways. She got the opportunity to see Bhagavan Krishna for 5 minutes after 125 years. And she asked him, "You don't love me again?" She asked him one question, "Why you never marry me?" The Lord said, "Radha, how I can marry somebody who is the same as me? We are one. How I can marry myself?" But you know what's the analogy behind that, devotees? Not love that you all are thinking about, but bhakti, devotion. And if we keep at the feet of God, that at some point in time, devotees, we will reap the fruit of all our sacrifice in this world. So she waits so long to see God for 5 minutes, and still. So she lived her entire life, devotees, and she would have never seen Bhagavan Krishna or even married him. If God could go through that pain, who's you and me? Vrindavan Bihalilal ki. We will call now for the eulogy, and then we will move further.
Deochand Gopaul, the son of the late Manu and Parvati Gopaul, was born on the 15th of July, 1940. He grew up in Abdul Village, Punjab, with his older siblings, the late Mahali Ramsahar and Deochand Gopaul, and used to mourn his younger siblings, Rukmini Manu, who we know as Strankan, and Babuni Gopal, who we know as Visiboy. He attended the Pune Government School, where he attained his education. Did you know that he was a dancer? Yes, he was a part of the last Manda dance troupe, where he portrayed the character of Radha. This would have been when he was around 16 years old, and he visited all corners of the country performing. His love for his East Indian culture was evident as he was then to become an avid white man, which would explain his love for the oldie goldies. Then, he met the love of his life, Mona, who he would spend the rest of his life with. Have you ever seen the both of them apart? They became each other's right hand. For the next almost 60 years, out of their love, they had 3 children, Vishnu, Ricky, and Sandra. I wonder which was his favorite. He never said, because he loved each one dearly and would have supported them throughout their lives. I know they would forever be grateful and would miss him dearly. He was known as the pioneer in St. Augustine by the villagers, as he would sell aloo pies, sahina, and kachori in the front yard. This job he would have picked up after his injury while working at Ramsoli as a truck driver. Dada, Nana, Soft Nana, Ticklet, as he was lovingly called by his grandchildren, would be truly, truly missed. This I know for a fact, because he spoiled each and every one of us rotten. He used to trek down to San Fernando in the Viva Vauxhall to pick up Nisha and Arish to spend holidays every school. He would have Risa, Rihanna, and Sati dancing on a table while he played music for them. And he would harass Shiva and Shanta every day. If there's one thing I must say, is he lived his life to the fullest. Fishing, camping, catching crab, minding custard and dogs in the backyard. Having a good time with his family, minding a mug and playing playmates. You will always be remembered for being humble, kind, gentle, and generous. We will miss your smile, your jokes, but most of all, we will miss you. We love you now and always. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I am Rihanna, one of his granddaughters. And last night we were having a conversation and they all wanted me to sing today. We chose a song that Shanta said he played every single morning. And by now she knows the lyrics because Ticklex played it every morning for her. So forgive me if I break them, I'll try my best because despite not being around, every Saturday morning I could find my grandfather in the market between 8 and let's say 10 a.m. Arisa would call, video call him, and we still kept in touch with him despite everything. So Dara, this is one last one for you, and I know if there's anything you could have taken in this physical world with you, it would have definitely been your cassette player. हमको मिली है आज ये घड़ियाँ नसीब से जी भर के देख लीजिए हमको करीब से फिर आपकी नसीब में ये बात हो न हो शायद फिर इस जन्म मुलाकात हो न हो मैं जागने की भी मुलाकात हो नई जागरी सी पास आएंगे हम नहीं आएंगे बार बाहें गली में डाल के हम रोज़ आँखों से फिर ये प्यार की बरसात हो ना हो शायद फिर इस जन्म में मुलाकात हो ना हो लग जागरी सी Dad, we love you.
Ram Nam. Ram Nam. Everybody, Ram Nam. Ram Nam. Ram Nam. Satya isi gathe. So at this point in time, I would like to ask the mother to come and offer her mala. And all, just before you all get up, it's COVID still. And we still have to distance ourselves with your mask on. So don't let everybody come up together. Distance yourself while you make your way up. This is the rules as for the government as well as we have to follow as well. And then of course after this, we will close and then we will make our way to the cremation site. The weather is very inclement and the rain is going to pour in a few hours. And there's most likely there's going to be flooding today. So we have to of course work with all these things that is upon us today. Gishiri mala, that's Gishiri mala. Let us look at Gishiri Arkita. Lids, one mala family. Om Pushpam Maya Diyati Patishtatam. Anyway you want to put it, you put anyway you want to put it, right. And take this now, you go do the same, right? See that poofing over there? Take this now, take this. Take this. Hold it for sure, hold it. Tell she hold it. See that poofing there? That can't burn, Boss it and empty it out. Press on the flowers now, go ahead, yeah. Let's you already, let's just ready, let's you walk. Go ahead, ladies, do the arti frame. Om Adhipam Maya Dhyati. To put boss it and empty it out. At this point in time, I'd like to invite the daughters or the family members who may want to offer mala, flowers, arti, and then of course I will ask immediate family and friends who may want to do that. So at this point in time, you can come forward. Yeah. Just make a line, please, and then we will. Everybody can come forward who wants to do. Bosimala. Good. Yeah.
Oh God.
Just hand them mala, Just make a line from here, right? You come and offer. Stand right here. Om Sri Pushpam Bindo Pari Pushpam Maya Dhyateto Patishtam Deepam Maya Dhyateto Patishtatam. Name of all this one to now. What if fellas with the mala? Just give all the mala now so it could be easy. Let's keep. Okay, alright, good. Who are the family members that wants to offer the mala and stuff? Come forward, please. You offering mala too or no? Just give this lady a mala here. Go ahead. So that's offering the mala and doing the arti, right? Psst. 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 Okay, I'm going to do the whole list now. Let's get a mala thing, right? Gishi the arti. Fuck yeah, fuck. You want to send them, right? Who taking mala? You taking mala? That's not dance. Let's she don't know. Gishi, bustling gishi. Right, that's not. Wait until she done, right? Om Namo Bhagavate वासुदेवाय नमो नमः। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा 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 हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा हे नाथ। All them thing, we use all the flowers on it. We have enough. We have to carry all this. We could probably carry this. You have everything? Alright, good. Oh, let's carry this extra. Right, and I said loot our water and I we done. Babazi's sister daughter-in-law got a wo. Who's the daughter-in-law? Took through the water. Alright, so you can remind her, right? He nath narayan vasudeva. Take cauliflowers on our side. Vrindavan Bihalal ki Jai Sharanam Namo Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate. I support. Put on good. Very good. Om Namo Bhagavate. Keep back some of the flowers, alright? Keep back a little bit of the flowers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namo Namaha. Arun coming very hardly. Adhalam madhuram gamanam madhuram Maduradipate Akilam Maduram Sridaram Maduram Gamanam Maduram Maduradipate Akilam Maduram Adhalam Madhuram Gamanam Maduram Maduradipate Akilam Maduram Maduradipate Akilam Maduram Maduradipate Akilam Maduram. Bolo Sri Krishna Chandra Bhagwan ki Jai. My dear friends, as we have come to the end of this particular exercise this morning, I kindly ask each and every one of you to stand. Take all the flowers, use up the flowers. Take flowers and give everybody. We put our hands together. We bow our heads in prayers. We have come to the end of this sanskar before we make our way to the cremation site. That He Paramatma, He Bhagwan Sri Krishna, Aapka Purush. We pray, Prabhu, as we have come to the end of this particular exercise, the Antishri Sanskar of this Atma, this soul, He Bhagwan Sri Krishna, that you aid and help and protect and you walk this Atma through the journey of life to merge into oneness, into you, He Bhagwan Sri Krishna. Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansuchanuna Marduna Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Anadhani Dhano Deva Shankachakra Gadadara Akshaya Pundari Kaksha Preta Moksha Prado Bhava Preta Moksha Prado Bhava Preta Moksha Prado Bhava Krishna Krishna Kripalo Tvam Gatirinam Gatir Bhava Sansarna Bhaktanam Prasida Purushottama. Om Namo Bhagavate, everybody, Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Tat Sat Preta Atma Shanti. Tat Sat Preta Atma Shanti. Tat Sat, everybody say Tat Sat. Pret. Tat Sat means Om. Tat Sat. Pret means on behalf of the Atma. Tat Sat. Pret means soul. Atma means Shanti. That made this person experience that of which is called peace. So everybody say after me. Om Tat Sat Pret Atma Shanti. Tat Sat Pret Atma Shanti. Om Tat Sat Pret Atma Shanti. Bolo Sri Krishna Chandra Bhagwan ki Jai. Kindly take your seats as we are going to make our way to go to the cremation site. Jai Sitaram, everyone. Which part are you coming from?
Huh?
Which part of the nobody cross, what body cross? Yeah, right, you walk.
Right?
Yeah. There is pretty cloth put on and you go. This had to remain lighted inside the house, right? So somebody can fix that. You go bring That one, yeah. Rajesh, where Rajesh, right?
That's the big daughter now, eh?
Yeah, she knows. Raj, let's stop by the crossroads there for me.
Yeah. Yes, I'll come on the best part. Everybody fix their face. Right. Are they walking foot first? Left. No, foot first. Foot there? That's all. Foot there. Stand up, man. Come on. Come on.
Right, let me pass it. Put the main fella there. Come on. Take the water and sprinkle it 3 times so. Om Tatsat Pretatma Shanti, Tatsat Pretatma Shanti, Tatsat Pretatma Shanti. Right? In my water. Papi sa camphor, mango leaf.
Sa camphor.
Take a piece of camphor. Light that camphor there. Light it like that. On the touch hand by. And I go pass from a meter lane. I go wrong a meter lane. If it's a reverse, I just go wrong.
Yeah.
Do the arti. Om Sri Panchatattva Shanti Bhavatu, Panchatattva Shanti Bhavatu, Panchatattva Shanti Bhavatu. Rest along in the right, take out the pin now. Take out the pin now from your right hand and put it in your left hand. Put it in your left hand. Right, game on the pin now, huh? You want to pin that? Yeah. All them things have to go, right?
Yeah.
Put it in the ground there. Om. Put it in the ground. Put your hand in the ground. Om Amogotasya Amokpretasya Dwarashe Pant Nimitam Vishnu Devo Va Eshti Pindu Mayadyate Topachtam. Put it in your right hand. That's all. Let me see it. Let me see it. I'll give me the day now. Yeah? Yeah. I'm carrying this, eh? Yeah. What it, yeah. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Yeah, just before you pull off, you could want to put the thing on it before you pull off, you go across the road. Let me go past that. I feel like a pass wrong, I'm telling you. I don't know driving slow. Thank you.